And as you're doing your warm-up, doing the abdominal exercises, you'll go at your own pace. So if you need to stop and pause while you finish your reps, that's fine. If you have to start with a few less reps than what's written on the card initially, that's fine as well. You want to try and work up to the full set of reps though. So right now we're on number 5 of the warm-up sequence, which is the core work. So Katie is going to demonstrate all of the core exercises. The first one she's doing 20 reps of sit-ups, and you're going to do them with her. As she goes, or as you go, you want to make sure that you're not pulling hard on your head. If you have to start with putting your hands on your shoulders in order to do it, that's fine, and I'll have her switch up to that after 10 reps. But notice her hands are just on her temples. She's not pulling on her head. She's not trying to strain her neck as she goes up and down. And she's also not bouncing at the bottom. She also doesn't have her feet anchored. So you'll see she switched her hands for the last 10 reps. She doesn't have her feet anchored, and that keeps you from using your psoas muscle, which is a muscle that connects in the low back and can cause some back pain. You don't want to do that when you're doing your regular sit-ups. You're doing 20 reps of crunches. Make sure you're breathing throughout. It's a controlled pace where if she had to at any point, she could stop in that motion and hold that position. The crunches can be done with your feet elevated just like that. You can place them down on the ground like you were doing the sit-ups before, which I'll have her do in a second. So just do a couple reps with her feet flat on the floor. Good. And you can also do them with your legs straight up in the air. But she's going to place her hands under her butt. Okay. The big thing to focus on these is she's going to make sure that her legs stay straight, or your legs stay straight. And whenever she's ready, she's going to go ahead and go. If you had to hit pause because you need a little more rest, that's fine. One trick to these is you can try and suck in your belly as your legs are going down. That works your transverse abdominis a bit. Just a reminder on the bicycles, you're rotating to alternating knees. You're not pulling on the neck very hard. And you want to straighten your free leg as much as you can as you go through the motion. So 20 reps on bicycles means 10 to each. Other strength coaches might list it differently, but for me, if you ever see that listed, it's 10 to each leg. And again, she's not pulling on her head. Her hands are behind her head, but she's more or less just rotating a shoulder and touching the knee with her elbow. Katie does them pretty well, but for your sake, I'm actually going to have her stop after 5. These are V-ups. She's doing a total of 10. She's going to do 5, rest for a second to let you catch up, to focus on your form, and then she's going to do 5 more. And go ahead. Notice she's getting her back off the floor. She's creating a V shape through her body. Don't worry about where her arms are going. That's just giving her a little extra momentum, but she's getting a V shape through here. You're going to move on to the swimmer sequence, so she's going to roll over. And again, this is core work, so it's not strictly abdominal work. She's going to get in her Superman or Superwoman position. And it's a little confusing when you first start doing these, but it's right arm with left leg, left arm with right leg, and then everything comes up together. Every time you do everything together, that counts as 1. She's going to do a side plank, and she's going to go ahead and up. Okay? And when you're doing this, you want to drive those hips pretty high so that you're feeling it down on this side of your body. So in this case, she's on her left elbow. She wants to feel it on her left side. She's going to hold that for 20 seconds. Just make sure you're taking deep breaths. Okay? And you want to keep a pretty good hollowed out position. And we'll talk about that more in our prehab area. but her back is touching my hand because she's keeping her abs tight. Her butt is fairly low. Stick your butt up for a second. Okay, that's not the position you want to be in. You want your butt down. Good. And she's going to hold that. Now in the prehab segment, we'll show you a lot of options in terms of what else you can do with this.